Okay, can everybody look around and see if the person next to you is sitting down? We will get here all night. All right, so I'm really excited for this whole season. The 2025 season was pretty incredible across the board for all three teams. And not only was it good for our players, it was good for our families and our coaches because everybody made this season what it became. We've seen so much growth on and off the court, and this evening is about recognizing the effort, the teamwork, and all the memories that this season had that were so special to each individual player, coach, and even the moms and the dads that were in the stands too. So first I want to say thank you to all the parents, everybody who spent countless hours driving, cheering, volunteering, and supporting your athlete. You make a difference, and we couldn't do it without you. And we rely heavily on volunteers, on game days, and everyone who stepped up really blessed this program tremendously this year. It did not go unnoticed. So if I personally didn't thank you on game days, thank you. Literally from sweeping the floor, picking up trash, coming in early to help blow up balloons, setting up all the stuff. We have to deal with Tuesdays with CC and kind of wrangle. Everybody who was here for a game day, in our away days, thank you. To my amazing coaching staff, Brad and Chad, and Colleen and Amanda and Toby, thank you for your time, your energy, and your heart that's gone into the program. Each of you poured into each of your team, and it truly did show. So as I look back on this whole season, the year felt like a turning point for me. We have been laying a strong foundation for the future of Hurricane girls volleyball, and we've built a culture of commitment, teamwork, and faith, and truthfully, I couldn't be any prouder of where we are right now. So this evening, it's not just about celebrating all of our wins or our stats, but the heart behind everything that we put forward. So the moments of growth, the perseverance, the challenges, and the joys that each of the athletes have brought to every practice and game. So let's take some time tonight. We're going to cheer, we're going to laugh. Hopefully we're not going to shed any tears or cry. And most of all, we're going to honor the incredible group of girls who made this season special, not only for their coaches, but for me. Okay, we'll start with our middle school awards. I'm going to say before, I just want to say that, share a little bit about how we approached Amanda and I approached the awards. This year, every player will be receiving an award, but I want to be clear, it's not just so that we can hand your athlete something, but we really took the time to think through each award, and because a lot of our middle school team, we're a young team this year, we had a lot of either new to volleyball or new to the competitive atmosphere that they played in this year. And because of that, we want to acknowledge every one of them because there's been so much growth and we see so much potential. And so we just kind of wanted to recognize that. You might hear some of the words and phrases repeated through some of these awards, but that's because truly that's what your athletes, that's what you brought to the team, what you represented. And so I just encourage you to listen carefully to the descriptions as I read them because we really did try to make it personal to you guys, to your athletes. So start with that. Now we're going to start with our stat-based awards. And that would be our defensive player of the year. And this player was the foundation of our defense, leading the team statistically and setting the tone with her steady play and relentless effort. She puts in max effort every time she's on the court, leaving nothing left. It's all left on the court, and her stats do reflect that, and that's Kennedy Martinez. is our offensive player of the year, and this player led offense, standing out statistically and making big impacts every time she was on the court. Her skill, her focus, and her consistent performance helped to drive our team's success throughout the season, and that is Riley Holcomb. The next award was voted on by teammates, and that is the MVP award. This year, the players were asked to vote on who would receive the MVP based on this description. The teammate who made the biggest impact through skill, leadership, effort, and the way they helped the team succeed both on and off the court. This player certainly hit the mark on those points, and as a team captain, she stepped up in leadership role and led her team well both on and off the court. And this award is certainly well deserved, and that's Kennedy Martinez. Okay, the next one is our Heart and Hustle Award, and this award goes to the player who brings energy, determination, and passion to every practice and game. This player also loves to have fun. She keeps her teammates laughing, and when she hits the court, though, she does lock in with her max effort on every play, inspiring her teammates to do the same. Her love for the game is evident, and it showed in the heart and hustle that she brought to our team this season, and that is Travis Stokely. The next one is our impact player, and this award recognizes a player whose presence changes the game and the team for the better. This player gave her all every time she stepped on the court. As a captain, her effort and influence were felt both on and off the court, helping her shape the team culture and set the tone for excellence. The impact this player made on her team left a mark across the board, and that is Scotland Harrison. Coaches Award. This award recognizes a player who embodies the heart and grit of a hurricane. This athlete leads by example through dedication, positivity, humility, and unwavering commitment to the team. She shows up, works hard, encourages others, and does all the little things that make a big difference. Whether on or off the court, during practices or during games, this athlete demonstrates what it means to be coachable, dependable, and passionate about the game. Her effort and character make her a better athlete and a better teammate, and the kind of player every coach dreams of having, and that is Riley Holcomb. Okay, our Most Improved Award this year goes to a player who showed remarkable growth this season. She came in a good player, but the growth that we saw was evident. She elevated her skill through hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude. She not only refined her skill on the court, but she also grew in confidence, making her an even greater asset to the team. This player also brought the team spirit with the loudest and most energetic breakdowns I've probably heard at CHAA, and we're excited to see where she'll go as she continues to grow, and that is Kylie Black. Our next level player award. This award goes to a player who is humble but mighty. In the beginning, it was obvious that she possessed potential, but as the season went on, her presence on the court grew, making a noticeable difference for her team. It is clear that if she continues with the sport, her skills and contributions will only grow more and more, making her an asset to the team on and off the court. And we're excited to see where she'll go, and that is Charlotte Boyd. Our Rookie of the Year player. This player was new to the sport of volleyball this season, but she jumped in head first. She was eager to learn and bring her best effort. Her dedication to growing in skill and knowledge of the game has been evident this season. She's a true athlete, not afraid of hard work, and has a never give up attitude that made her a key part of the team, and that is Brooklyn Stafford. She showed tremendous growth throughout the season, continually improving her skills and confidence. Even when she wasn't in the game, her voice and energy and encouragement lifted her teammates when it mattered most. Her attitude and team spirit truly made her a game changer. I also want to note that this player capped off the season by playing particularly well in our Gatlinburg tournament, which she had never been a part of that type of atmosphere, and that was really exciting for us to see. So we're proud of her for that, and that's why we're on Tuesday. The most coachable award. This player consistently showed a willingness to learn. She listened and applied the feedback she was given by her coaches. Off the court, she often sought after her teammates, asking questions about why certain things were done in the game, and that was so that she could deepen her understanding and apply it to her growth. And her respect for her coaches, her steady improvement, and her inquisitive nature made her a joy to coach, and that is Elise Spiritual. Our commitment award. This player showed dedication to her team throughout the season. In the very beginning of the season, she broke her thumb, I believe it was, and she continued to attend practices. I've given it away by this point. She continued to attend practices, participating however she could. She would sit by coaches, listen to what they were saying. She would participate in whatever physical capacity she could. But she was trying to soak it all in so that she could grow and be an asset to her teams. Because of her commitment and staying engaged, we were able to see growth in skill and in understanding of the game. And that is Tatum Smith. All right, we have a most energetic award. And this player brought enthusiasm and energy to every practice and game. She approached conditioning and drills with a smile, which, if you will ever hear from middle school practice, you know that doesn't happen very often with many of them. And she encouraged her teammates by helping make practices fun and lively. Her joyful attitude and energy lifted the team's spirits and made a real difference this season. It was a pleasure to have her on the court, and that is Emma. Our Steady Spirit Award. This player demonstrated reliability and resilience and positivity throughout the season. She supported her teammates well in challenging moments and showed the ability to remain calm under pressure. Her consistency and steadiness provided stability and helped keep the team grounded, making her a dependable and valued member of our crew, and that is Sadly. Alright, so I'm just going to take a quick second to hand out our coaches' gifts. We just wanted to thank Amanda for her effort and sacrifice and dedication. Actually, her family, her entire family, because when she was here, she wasn't with them, and so we appreciate the support that her husband and children gave her to be able to do that, and we thank you for your selfless service. Parents, if you want to grab a picture, you're welcome to do so, but Stacy is taking them, and she will post them somewhere at some point. girls. I literally have so many stories from the whole season, so each award I'm like, oh, I could come up here and say something about each individual, or actually multiple stories, that would go with all of those awards. And actually, I will mention one. So Emma, her laugh is the best. She's so happy all the time, and we just did, it's kind of like the opposite of what you are. We call it white lies. It's a trend, which I have to post all of these reels on Instagram. But she said, her thing was, I never smile. And then her and Tatum did like a little skit together where Tatum just ran into a barrel her down, and she's flat out on the floor, but she gets up and she's laughing. And it's funny, it's a skit, but in reality, that's who Emma is. So you'll see these videos when they come out, but all the girls, everyone has like a little story. I don't know, all these awards, they were just perfect for each individual girl, so I'm really happy for this. All right, let me get, oh Lord, I don't know there. I love you. These are my they're probably in the box. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to not here. Don't be. I'll confess. Okay. Please don't be nervous about this. Brad has one, okay? Just don't. Brad has one. I used to be up for Brad. But on the offensive side, and that's Emma O'Shea. So our defensive player of the year, this girl really did command the back row, and if you watch me at JV's games, you'll see her. She does this little maneuver, and I'll always have calling you like, oh, she's on it, like she's taking over for the back row whenever something's not right or it's kind of going south. And I love that little moment she does. So our defensive player of the year is Alexis Cutler. So I know Toby mentioned this before. This year we did something a little different. You probably heard it. We allowed the players to vote on who they thought was the MVP. It's a little different. We typically don't do that, so we traditionally pick. But I sent out a Google form, and they had to explain why. So it wasn't like they just picked somebody. They had to put the reason, and like there's 2 questions to it. They had to explain really why they felt the way they felt about the MVP. And actually, I was really impressed that all 3 teams did a great job in saying why they felt who they picked. But this person, I'm actually really happy that our girls voted the way they did because I would have picked her. She put up, her staff were phenomenal staff. She was always there, always happy. She did lead the team. She led the front row. She led she was fun on the back row when I let her be on the back row. And her serving was just phenomenal this year. She probably had some of and she's in the top level of how many aces we have. So our MVP this season is Clemmy Bowden. Okay, so since Toby did a great job of kind of saying what each award is about, I don't have all the same ones, but I'll kind of remember. So for our season, our coaches award, she's not here tonight, she could not come down, but she did join a volleyball team and league in Virginia, and that is Alexandra her dad had to move to Virginia for work. They were literally commuting from Richmond, Virginia for games and some practices. Wow. So they put in some work, but every time she was here, she just would, absorb everything that we would teach her, so that's why she deserves it. So our next one is a versatile player. I've done this in the past, and this girl, she definitely deserves it. I have asked a lot of her at the beginning of the season. I asked a lot of her throughout the season. Anytime I said, hey, no, now I need you here, no, I need you here, no, sorry, no, you're gonna do this. She never batted an eye. She was like, okay, is that what the line says? I'll do it. And that's literally, she did everything I said. So my most versatile player for the season has been Liz Lewis. And I say that truly because she plays outside, and when we went to Charleston, I was like, well, looks like now you're going to be a setter. So, and she was like, all right, and then that when we had a hiccup, her and I had to split who was going all the way around, so then she became a DS as well. So she's really very versatile. So my hustle award, there's this image in my head from practice, but she does it on the court too, and this girl does not stop. She moves, and she's always going, and it kind of makes me dizzy sometimes when I watch her because she's non-stop. And this hustle award goes to Brooklyn Larry. I wish we videoed our practices because, do you remember that practice? Okay, real quick, we had the machine out, the girls had the down ball, we had the alternate girl, and she's just over there, and just like, from 30 feet across, back court. And I was like, oh my gosh, nobody else noticed that Brooklyn is single-handedly holding up this whole side of the court. So it was, she does that all the time, so she definitely deserves that. So our most energetic award, this girl is, she makes me laugh. Her laugh is probably one of the best I've ever heard. I just love it so much. She makes me happy. If you've seen her in Gatlinburg or any of the videos, this whole team, Maddie and Lord, they're out there. They have a whole vlog on Gatlinburg. She's the best, and she's funny, and she's always cracking the girl up. She's the happiest person, too, I think, of anybody. Nothing can get this girl down, and that's Sarah Grace James. So that we're doing an anchor award, and this one is for somebody who goes on the court, kind of can get the girls to have fun, but also can kind of keep them tame, keep them level-headed for the most part, kind of, kind of steer the team to where they need to be if they're not anywhere they're supposed to be. She's saying, hey, get back on the court, we're here, we're this way, She really does anchor the girls on the court, and then has a good time on the sidelines too with them. So the anchor award goes to Reagan. And the next award is the closer award. If you've been to some of our recent games, where sometimes these girls insist we go to 3 sets because I think they think it's funny and they enjoy it. I do not. I know I can put this player in, and she can at least get us 3 to 5 points off the bat, and it's pretty impressive. And other people have noticed it too, so it's kind of nice when I know I can put somebody in who can kind of bring it on home. And the closer award goes to Kennedy Martinez. So this award is my Iron Woman Award. This girl, nothing. Unless it does, she never says anything, but I don't think it does. This girl, nothing affects her. Like, you can say something, she's going to keep on going. She pushes through. Somebody trashing the net, she doesn't care. She'll probably trash it back in her face. She's just always pushing, always gives 100%, even if she's being targeted, she still just keeps pushing. And it's very, very impressive to see. So not everybody will see it, but I see it. And on the bench, too, she's the same thing. And the Iron Woman Award goes to Zoe Hawkins. So my next award is for Faith in the Fight. This not give up either. Good Lord. When I tell you we've had some stuff this season, she has been amazing. You wouldn't necessarily see it, but I did tell Colleen the other day, I was like, she's getting mad on the court. And I've never seen her get mad on the court. Not like in a bad way. She was like fired up, ready, like she was just something like just changed in her, and then it was like kill after kill after kill on those games in Gallenberg. So this girl does put in so much work, more so than I think a lot of people realize. And that goes to Kaylee Atkinson. My defensive wall award is probably not what you think, so I think I can think y'all. So this girl, like I say, almost like she, you know, if you can't pass, you can't play. I've said that, I don't know how many times. You can't pass, you can't play. That's why I'm always about skill and drills, and you gotta just be, you have to be able to pass the ball. This girl can get to the ball all the time in the back row. And it's really impressive to watch. So my defensive wall award goes to Alexis Butler. I know some of y'all are thinking lost, I know that. So the next one is Serve and Shine Award. So if you know her, which most of these girls I've worked with for 3 years. Some I've watched play volleyball before. I didn't coach the person. 3 years. I've seen her grow in serving, and it's been really impressive because sometimes serving is not as easy as you think. Some people have it. So it's just that some people really have to work at it. Y'all want to see me. So it's really an impressive thing to watch. And this girl put up, when I talk about the stats and the numbers, she put up some big awards and some big numbers in serving, and that's Clemmy Valley. Okay, this is Ultimate Teammate Award. She is funny, she's on the court, she's cracking up. I think if I say it, I'm going to give her away, if that's alright. She also cheers with the other team. When they make points against us, she cheers with them. Okay? At any time, you can most likely find her singing OUT out, but it'll be out on her, and she did not get the ball. But it doesn't matter because, well, one, it's awesome. The team laughs, they love it. The other team freaks out, so now it's a middle game for them. They can't figure out what's going on. So the Ultimate Teammate Award goes to Emma O'Toole. Good things about her. She is such a really great player. I'm really happy she decided to come over and play with us. Because I believe she used to play with Savannah Christian. So I'm very, very happy that she left there, sat at home school, and decided to come seek us out to play because she's a solid player. So real quick, we're going to do stats. I'm going to kind of go quickly through these. We do stats for middle school and all of high school. High school kind of more because we have some girls who really just get into stats. Some girls really, really want to go on to college, no matter whether it's D1, D2, D3, junior college, it doesn't matter. Or sometimes they just need that for their club ball too. Some girls don't care to go to college, they want to play club, and they need these things to turn into clubs because club ball has gotten really competitive trying to get in all the tryouts. So sometimes they use these to get in, or at least CBC. So this season, real fast. Okay, last season we ran a 5-1. A 5 hitter, 1 setter. My setter on all 3 teams would go all the way around. And yeah, middle school had 1 setter. Middle school had 1 setter last year too. Okay, never mind. Middle school had 6-2. JV and varsity ran a 5-1. 1 setter went all the way around. This year we changed it up. We did a modified 6-2. That means 6 hitters, 2 setters, but we don't run the setters on the court at the same time unless one of them's out and someone has to run to the right side. I know it's a lot, but just to kind of give you a little bit of the backstory of how I prefer to run my offense, defense, and my strategy. So this season we did a true 12 and 12 players. Everybody had a sub. It was very, very nice because we gave the girls some break. You don't realize when you're trying to play a lot of sets and is beating you down, and you really just wouldn't like somebody to be able to sub in and out with you. So it does work. So that's a little bit about my strategy of how I ran the season this year. But for the most blocks of the year, with 18 solo blocks, it's Plenty Ballady. And then, so all these are going to be because I'm tracking all this for the next 4 years for every single girl. I've been doing it, but I'm a grad and I've been doing this a little bit last year too with the other girls. Sarah Grace James, she has 10 this season. 10 blocks. Y'all don't understand, being in the middle and jumping up and blocking is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. It's kind of terrifying. Okay, most kills of the year, Emma O'Toole with 78. Right behind her with 41 was Liz Lewis. Okay, to give you a backstory, Liz was not supposed to be my second outside hitter. We had Anderson. Anderson decided to leave us and go to Haverton to go to school, so she had to leave, and it literally took Liz from a back row player to a front row outside hitter, which she was a setter by 12 rules, okay? So when I say that you did a phenomenal job, I'm very proud of you. This little about a board, it's all right. 60 kills this season, Clinton. I just want to say Reagan taught me how to hit a 1, and if you don't know, 1 is about, you set the ball about this high off the top of the tape, that's the top of the net, and you have to smack as hard as you can, and it usually hits right behind the 10-foot line or right in front of the 10-foot line. So Reagan and Clinton worked really hard this season, so Clinton literally was killing it that when she was playing for the front row. Okay, so our most aces, real quick, we're going to go fast. Okay, so the most aces of the year, there's also got another award, Clinton with 47 aces. Liz always, come on, so Liz has 38 aces. Liz knew me when she was in middle school. That girl has always been able to serve. All right, next up was Alexis with 33. And then rounding it out was 26 aces with Kennedy. And most of those aces came in the third set or the final second set when we brought her in to close it out. So our most assists of the year, and then also I'm going to tie it in with career assists starting from high school. So the most assists, this is for setters, is Reagan had 112 assists this year on a 6'2", and that brought her into, for high school, for 9th and 10th grade, 316 career assists. Sadie had 68 assists this year, which I'm very proud of. I know she had missed a game on some, and sometimes like our last game in Fifth Cross, poor Sadie never even hit the floor in the third set because between Kennedy and Fleming serving, the other team only got 3 points and nobody ever moved. But Sadie and Reagan run very similar on setting, and if you go back and look at every single game, every set, they're almost like they're neck and neck. So it's very impressive to watch 2 girls be able to set their outsides and their middles, and even sometimes their back row hitters, with such like consistency and almost even numbers when it comes to that. It's pretty impressive overall, like set by set. All right, and then most digs of the year, this should literally come as absolutely zero surprise at 129 with Alexis. I'm sure this one's she might not feel she's gonna get this one. Like this year face first. 67 digs in the O'Toole. And then 59 digs goes to Reagan. Sadie had 49. The reason that I feel like sometimes setters take more digs is when we pull back in the back row and the hitter's usually supposed to take the first hit. A lot of times the hitter releases sometimes slightly too early. All things with setters just take the next hit. Take the dig. Next up is 44 for the season, that's Kennedy. And then rounding off my stats is 32, and only because she has to share her back row sometimes with serving, and because sometimes when we serve, they all like to split up and serve. And this one goes to Brooklyn Lyrics. So I'm done. I gotta do a group photo. My bad. Sorry, go ahead. I'm up here, so he's taking a group photo. Okay, I'm going to take just a second, since JB wrapped up, I'll go ahead and take a minute to give these coaches their gifts. Alright, so I just wanted to take a minute to, Stacey's going to acknowledge a lot of people tonight, so I just wanted to take a second to, Stacey she wears our many hats, if you haven't noticed. She's our program director, our JV head coach, our middle school assistant coach, and everything else in between. She's the one behind the scenes making sure that everything comes together. She spends countless hours, I can't even imagine how many, planning and organizing things for our teams. She's always looking for new ways to help our program grow, and she finds opportunities for our girls to compete at the next level. I think she probably beats down some doors sometimes so that we can get through to get another game on the schedule or to find another tournament to play in some way. Stacey does this often. She is not a single mom by any means, because Armando is a huge support to her even when she's out of town. However, he does travel a lot, so Stacey is often single mom-ish things in that aspect. She does have a good support system in Connor and our team, Nima. I can't tell you how many times they've brought things to the gym that she's forgotten or whatever. Anyway, so I just wanted to take a minute to say that we're very grateful for you and for the effort and dedication that you put into our program. And that's why it's successful. So thank you for the thank you. Colleen is Stacey's assistant coach on JV, and she's been here for, 3 years or so. But Colleen is a huge asset to the program too. And what Stacey needs support in, Colleen is right there behind her to offer that support. And not just to Stacey, but to anybody in the program, our girls, other coaches, parents, and you'll see Colleen and many wearing many hats also, so we thank you for your support and dedication.
Hey, real quick, Hurricanes, I would like to share this too on behalf of, since we are honoring our program director now, and all you guys help with this, which is the joy of social media, ladies, but In the last 30 days, our CHA Hurricane Volleyball Instagram has reached over 100,000 views. 105,000 views. So, that's just some board news. And it's ran very well, very professionally. Stacey keeps up with that and does a good job. And so I thought that was worthy. You girls, they're watched out there. They're getting exposure online in a great way. And so we want to congratulate you for that. So.
All right, I don't have any speeches or anything, so I'm going to get a show on the road. I'm going to start off with all my statistical awards. I do have, first of all, ladies, come on up. I do want to take a minute to thank each of these girls. I have 12 great girls on this year. And I will say the 9-17 record does not reflect the season we had. We had a lot of growth. We play a lot of top schools. We play a lot of top competition everywhere we go. So I do want to thank these girls for giving it all and just showing up on every day. So I do want to thank them. All right, I'm going to start with the statistical award. All right, most serves for the year, 311, Lillian Brand. This one's a milestone award, and she led the team in aces too. Just to put a reflection on it, at one time, I had 3 of my top 5 servers ranked nationally. This student here is still ranked number 1 in the state of South Carolina in the top 20 in Georgia with 103 aces. And right behind her was Miss Abigail Stevens, who was also ranked 70 aces. And some of my players are not here, so I'm not going through their awards. I can at the end if you want to, but I'm just going through the ones that are here. And I did give the top 3 players in each statistic awards. With the top serving percentage, she was second on the team. Lil had 88.4% of her serves were in. And next behind her, top serving percentage, 85.5%, Bethany Brown. Hold on, Bethany. Bethany got a milestone award. She had over 300 receptions. She had 318 receptions in the back row. And we have the top kills of the year with 73, Abigail Stevens. So let it get all in there? Okay. And with the most blocks on the team with 30, Abigail Stevens. Second behind her, Belle Height Harris, 25 blocks. Another milestone award with over 100 digs, with 122, Bethany Brenner. Milestone award, over 100 digs, Lillian Grant, 115. Another milestone award with 171 assists, Lil Grant. Oh, good. This is your most assists. Sorry. That's like that. Yes. Coming in at third on the team in assists, Madison Murphy with 29. All right, now this is where it gets fun. When I think of this player here, I think of a player that I just told different every game I come to this, every game I showed up, I had no idea what I was going to do this week. She's fun to have on the team. She never knew which rotation she's playing. If I told her to play center, she played center. If I told her to play back row, she played back row. She asked me 100 times, am I serving this round, coach, or I'm not serving this round, coach? So my most versatile player was Madison Murphy. And this is just a fun award because if anybody's ever been to our games, you've definitely seen this player dive once or twice. So with the best dive, Bethany Rand. Okay. This one. If you've ever been to practice, sitting on the sideline, any game, we were up or down, you always had this one high-pitched voice just encouraging somebody. But she was also the most energetic player, Adley Dillon. Then we also had that one kid that would always, no matter how down we were or what we said, she always corrected us with a big smile. Most encouraging player, Del Hyde Harris. I'm getting it, guys. I'm getting it. Have you ever seen this kid jump? I had to give her this award from the tryout, but she got better at jumping throughout the year with the best vertical, Bella Brennan. This one here. This player, from the first time she showed up, she looked a little lost on the floor. And she grew as the year went on. Remember one time I looked at her and I said, you don't look like you're ready. And she looked at me and said, Coach, you don't know how to read me at all. So, and she always stood up. She improved tremendously throughout the year and had a lot of good plays on the back row for us. And we were giving her the coach's award, and that's on Coach. The last award I have that I'm giving out is the All-Business Player Award. Lil Brand. Madison Anderson was our Defensive Player Award, and Atlanta McAtee was voted our MVP. Thank you again.
I did know still here too for Coach Brad and Coach Chad. This is a gift from your team, and just to show their appreciation for your time, your effort, sacrifice, also to your families too. Because when you were here, you weren't there. So we appreciate all that. Thank you for your service to CHA. Flowers? Flowers. All right. So we do have more awards that are kind of hidden back here and hidden behind them all. So CHA as a whole, for every single sport, does what they call a hurricane award. This award is also voted on by the players. Again, I use Google Forms this year. Very smart. Usually in the past it's handwritten. But you vote on this. Every player votes on the teammate that they feel deserves this award. And the description which they have to base this off of is the teammate you believe exhibits the best example of Christian sportsmanship on the court, at practice, toward the coaches, and toward the rest of the team. This player has a Christ-like attitude, is encouraging, kind, serves willingly, works hard at practice and in games, and demonstrates team spirit. Now, like I said, every team across the board in CHA does this, no matter what sport it is. And we do it per team, so middle school, JV, and varsity. Voted. And, oh, never mind. Oh, I'm sorry, I had a game point. Literally, she is my right hand now. And so, for middle school, this young lady was voted, it was almost unanimous on this one, so it was really exciting for me. And very much deserved. And the Hurricane Award for 2025 is Scotland Literacy. So, Scotland, here, can you show up here? Just stand up here real quick. So for this, it's very heavy, and it's crystal, and in front of it says 2025 Hurricane Award for Scotland Literacy for Unity, Character, and Honor. So for JV, the team, okay, just hang out. And so for JV, the team voted for Reagan Martinez. And then for varsity, this was really exciting too, and very well deserved, I think, from the teammates. And for 2025, for varsity, the Hurricane Award goes to Abigail Seaman. Half the program probably been down for at least once. The other half was relatively new. I know the parents, it was kind of a new experience for them as well. I really do think it's a great experience. I hope Toby and I, when we told all the middle school and JV varsity parents, to the ones that have been there, I hope we did you guys okay by telling you please bring earplugs and it's going to be excessively loud and exhausting, and then you're just going to find yourself cheering for the team you don't know anybody on because it's fun. And you're going to live in a gym, and then when you don't live in the gym, you're going to live with your team because none of the girls want to leave each other. They just endlessly, and then you're in the room and they're on the phone. And it's just FaceTime all the time. So Gallenberg is truly a different experience, and not only just for the girls, for the parents too, because I know there's a lot of families who would go out and go to comedy shows, dinners. It was a lot of fun. I truly think Gallenberg is exciting. I know it was not a rumor, you probably heard. East Coast National has decided to move after all these years. He don't know, they actually started at Liberty University, I think, many years ago. Then they moved to Gatlinburg, and we started going to the volleyball tournament 3 years ago. This was our third season. They had decided to move to Ohio, and when that happened, I found out back in April. So before we even got to register for this current season that happened, I knew ahead of time Gatlinburg was not going to be a thing for 2026. I started reaching out to the board that runs Rocky Top events in Gatlinburg to see how we could move forward, because quite frankly, I did not want to drive to Ohio with all of y'all. I thought it was going to be exhaustively long for everybody to get there. And I don't know if we have enough sponsors to get us enough plane tickets to Ohio. So I was like, I'm not sure if I can pull that one off. However, since April, I have been working behind the scenes, and the people who run All-American for football and lacrosse soccer in Gatlinburg has decided to take it on, and they will host moving forward every year, hopefully, in the foreseeable future, a new volleyball tournament, which will be a national tournament. So we will be going back to Gatlinburg. It'll be under a different name, but the program, they're going to name it, what's it, Bash in the Bird or something like that? It's like,
Yeah, something like that.
bumping in the bird, bashing the bird, but it is going to be their action. So it's the guys who are part of Gatlinburg events will be putting it on. And not only having to work with them, they took the time to come and watch our girls play. Not many people knew that. I kind of kept that a secret. Well, I kind of told JD. But one of the guys who is like leading the show, he came purposely to watch all three of our teams play, which was a big deal. He didn't really do that for a whole lot of other teams or programs for that matter. So I was very excited that he got to see what we do have to offer in ways of skill and just as a team in general. So I'm very happy about that. So we are going back to Gatlinburg. So we're going to make sure and it's the same week as the 23rd and 26th, you already know, so go ahead and get those. And actually, we might try and do a block of rooms because Chris has been talking up one of the hotels he's staying at. So, but to honor and just give back to all the girls who, are on the team and still went to Gatlinburg, I'm going to call each individual team. I want you to line back up here as I call you, and then we want to present something for you in Gatlinburg. But before I go on, middle school, come on. Sit down. Don't try to be between the balloons. So this year going to Gatlinburg, we have 8 new girls to volleyball in middle school. That's a big deal. Who's never been to that, inside of that environment. It was wild. It was so exciting. And I know after the first game, the first day, everybody I think got a little bit more comfortable and everybody started, letting loose. There was a couple games where it was a man, where are they? You don't want to come on? You don't? Come on. I think peripherally, and I thought you were right here. Y'all, Coach Amanda did a phenomenal job with these girls in Gatlinburg. Let me tell you what, it's a lot. It's a lot on us as coaches and moms and spouses too. It's very trying sometimes. You're trying to go work, but being there, getting the girls there, ranking all the girls, because if y'all don't know, they also made a bunch of vlog videos with microphones interviewing absolutely everybody in that tournament. I'm starting to think I had no control over where I knew anybody was at any given time. Because I see videos now, I'm like, where was I that all these girls are doing all these things? I'm not concerned. All in the building, but I'm like, man, impressive. But they had a great time. I'm very happy. They ended up taking 3rd place in 3A, was it 3A? 3A. And that's a really good thing, because a lot of girls start playing really young when they're playing volleyball. It's getting earlier and earlier. You'll see girls starting 4 and 5 years old to play volleyball. And you've seen it in Gatlinburg this season. I've gone there, like I said, 3 times now. The amount of 14U talent was it was really shocking to me how progressive talent has become. And it goes back to volleyball exploded, football exploded. So for the girls to go up there, put up a fight, and truly, do what they did, I thought they did exceptionally well. Very proud of them. They had it hard sometimes when Scotland got injured in one of our semifinal games. Scotland got injured. Her knee, so she had to pull, go sit out. That forced precedent. We had to run a 5-1. I had never practiced a 5-1 with the girls, and I had to throw them on. I had to throw Kylie on at one point. She's like, "Why am I in the back row, in the front row?" So we told the girls, "Hey, just go out, do your best. It's just a kind of crummy situation. Make it work," and they did. I mean, it was a lot. So I'm very, very, very proud of the girls. So we want to honor each and every one of them, and we got all of them trophies that say. And it just says East Coast Nationals 2025, 14U, and they took 3rd place in Division 3A. And Coach Amanda and I really wanted to acknowledge the girls for all their hard work in Gatlinburg. Also, banners are coming. Just so you know. Banners are coming from East Coast. Since it's their last year here, I was like, "Hey, I think all of our teams did exceptionally well. Can I please get a banner?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll move." So it's coming. It's coming. It was supposed to be here, but clearly it didn't send in time. So, JV did exceptionally well. If you watched any of the other games that week, 17U is a really, really, really tough bracket to be in. And I say that because you will see a girl who is 17 years and 363 days old playing 17U. She'll be a senior, she's graduating in a couple months, and she'll be on my team. We actually played 4 varsity teams on 17U than we actually played JV teams. There's a lot of back and forth. It's supposed to be homeschool only. If you ask any of them, most of them all play club. Most of them all play club together, and a lot of them were from schools, even though they're not supposed to be. A lot of girls will tell you all of their business when you sit down and talk to them in the game. So if you want to ever learn about another team, strategize, just make friends, put the players in the bleachers watching other games. So that's what we do with that. So I was very, very proud of our JV team going up this year. They changed the rules this season, and in the past you've been able to, if you had a middle school player, your middle school player could play up to the JV level. There's never been an issue with that. This season, they decided not to do that, so they told us that, hey, look, Kennedy can't play. And so Kennedy plays for middle school, because that's her team, because she plays up for us here. And so Kennedy cannot be on the court for us, so it really changed the dynamic of our whole week. And I think all the girls can attest to that. It was very different, even for them not to have Kennedy on the court. So she sat on the bench and cheered them on the whole time. She did her best on the side to keep them amped up and ready to go. But I think y'all did exceptionally well with a lot of our teams. I don't necessarily think anybody really, in a lot of ways, I don't think they really, maybe outskilled us. They just read the game a little bit better, if I'm completely honest. They read the game better, they read the court better, and that's something we'll work on next season, is a mental game. So, I do want to acknowledge all of them this season. They ended up taking runner-up in the 4A bracket. proud of them. They took runner-up for 4A. Okay, varsity. And chest, breast,
Before we go on, I forgot one award. Stacy will get that to us on Tuesday. We had some newcomers to varsity this year, and it was some stiff competition for it, but going strictly by statistics and everything else. Our rookie of the year is Belle Hyde Harris. All right, so here you go. Finish up.
Okay, we just realized that Staples missed it. So, will I see you on Tuesday, Belle, at the game? Well, I will bring it to you there, so it's like more gifts. Exciting. Okay, so I want to talk to everybody about the varsity team. They went up there and really, you know what, varsity, 19U is also really hard because guess what? You could be 19 years and right at the cusp of 20 years old and play in that tournament. And there were girls who did do that. If you actually go back and look at rosters, look at 8 years, find them on social media, you realize that they are actually a lot older than you think. So sometimes it's really hard to go up against girls when you are a younger varsity team. I know we have juniors and seniors, but like a lot of 16, 17, it's kind of, you know, it is hard to go up. The girls are older, you know, they've grown more. Although she can't say anything with those two numbers. But I do want to say that I thought that varsity did extremely well. There was a lot of competition. I know you guys played one team with how many people had committed on that team? 5 people had already committed to schools for volleyball. So when I tell you they had, the Stallions had already committed to different schools. So when I say they put in the work, our schedules were very hectic. I got to see 2 of their games, and the games were really good. I did think the girls tried really hard. They pushed forward. I'm proud that no one got injured this year. That was scary. You all know last year Lil took like a concussion. This girl straight just smacked that ball down so hard. I'm trying to dig the ball. I just hit her. It was very scary. I was over there. And I was like, oh no. So yeah, but it was a really good season. I'm very proud that they still came in 3rd place in their bracket. There's not as many brackets, so it is kind of hard. But I'm very proud of them, and they will have a banner too because I'm doing it, like I said, I'm very proud of all these teams. I'll just highlight all of them all the way around. And again, Andrew came around and watched the varsity players play as well. He was very impressed too with seeing them and seeing their tenacity of seeing them play teams that have been playing together for 7 years, same girls, it's a little bit different. So I am very proud of every single one of you for doing what you did, showing up, and just being there, even when you probably didn't feel like it, because Lord knows before varsity had the very late games that started at like 8 p.m. So they were there. Brad, do you want to say anything about your book? And I'm very proud of Brad and Chad. Coach Brad, for leading the varsity team this year. Your leadership has helped shape this program and the athletes who have been lucky to play under you. You didn't have it very easy, but you always showed up and put in the work. This season was the best one yet for varsity, and I'm so proud of you and your team, Brad. You and I have coached alongside each other for 2 years, and it will be weird with you not here. I know I will miss seeing you guys on and off the court, here and in the stands, because for my family and the Brands, we've been around each other both in school and in club ball in the circuits for many, many seasons. So for me, it's going to be really weird because Lil's graduating and Brad's moving on. So it's just going to be, I don't know, it's just a different kind of like, oh man, it's a bummer. And thank you, Stephanie, for all the work you've done over the last 3 years with the program too. It did not go unnoticed. And then I want to thank Coach Chad for stepping up and in mid-season to assist with varsity. Chad's schedule changed with his job, and so I know that kind of hindered a lot of his time here with the girls, more so than I guess what he originally had planned. But I'm so happy that you still were here. You gave everything you had to Chad, or to Brad. Oh my gosh, y'all. this Chad and Brad thing has caught me up so many times. But I'm very happy we're here. I'm glad that you came in and were assisting, and it really did help us and it made a difference. So thank you. To Coach Amanda, thank you for guiding our middle school team and for being such a positive influence on our youngest players as they grow and learn the game. I have enjoyed watching you step into this role as a volleyball coach. Your desire to bring all the tools you have as a softball coach into this volleyball world it's been a great crossover and benefited the girls tremendously, even if they were dying from conditioning. If you don't know, Amanda's conditioning is pretty cutthroat. JV and Marcy's very lucky. So what Toby mentioned earlier, there wasn't always smiles in middle school. That's because Amanda worked those girls to get them ready for the season. And whether they realized it or not, they were faster on the court, and they did have more agility from when they started at the beginning of the season. Amanda, you had a very great season, and I'm so happy and thankful you led this team this year. Just so y'all know, Amanda wasn't necessarily wanting to be the head coach. I kind of was like, no, you got it, you can do it. I'll be here. So she did a phenomenal job. I'm very, very, very thankful for her. To Coach Toby, thank you for all the time and effort you've given to all 3 teams this season. Your commitment to every level of our program does not go unnoticed. I know if I needed help, you were a phone call or a text away, and it means more to me than I can ever express. You've helped me navigate this season, and I'm beyond grateful to you and to Trey. Y'all, Trey put in a lot of work this season. Because whether anybody knows, Trey actually said, I asked him one time if he wanted to be a coach, and he's like, I'll just do whatever you need me to do. And Trey literally has done all of that and then some for us as well. So, the Hurricane Girls volleyball families are blessed to have Toby, as I am very blessed. She has been taking charge of all the game days, whether it was a home game or an away game, to help it run smoothly. And I don't think half the parents probably would have survived Gatlinburg Toby without you. You also implemented Team Moms this season, and that was a pretty big success. I'm super happy that you made that happen, and I'm looking forward to the next season and how it grows. So thank you. To Coach Colleen, my assistant for the past 3 years, and we sat the bench together the year prior, so we've been doing this for 4 years. Not the bench, excuse me, the bleachers. We have not. Words cannot express how much I'll miss you. You've been an anchor, a sounding board, and a true friend. Thank you for everything you've done behind the scenes for Hurricane volleyball, but also for me personally. I've said this to everyone our first year when we won Gatlinburg outside under the trees, that you are my right-hand woman, like man, but woman. But you truly have been. You have been there for me, and you have gotten me focused and kept me focused. You've reminded me of things that I forget, and you have been a blessing to all the girls we have coached. They love you, and I know where to find you. had been, but she's not really going anywhere. She's still going to need you. And then I guess we'll see it eventually. To Coach Armando, who, if y'all know, is my husband, he's always the fan and player favorite, just like Patrick said. You have been my rock and my biggest supporter when I stepped into coaching for Hurricane Girls Volleyball in 2023 as the middle school head coach. And then in 2024, when I decided to take on head coaching both middle school and JV. And then this year as a JV head coach. You have helped lead this program into the competitive atmosphere it is now, for a drive to get the girls to understand the game, bring college level drills to the players, and to grow the players, but also the person has been crucial to building the Hurricane Girls Volleyball program. So without him, a lot of the things that I'm able to do would not be possible, but definitely want to thank Lamar for that. So, but also, before we move on, I do want to thank 3 other people. These 3 people are constantly in the gym, not just this year, but in the past. 2 of them. They do a lot. They do a lot for me. One is my mom. Most of y'all know her as me mom because she's single-handedly giving me a bunch of your children candy. Or water or any other snacks that can come out of the Mary Poppins bag that sits over there. So I do want to thank you, Mom. And then to Connor, I want to thank him. Connor's in this gym a lot more so like kind of behind the scenes this season. Last year was very much every week, all the time. We made fun of, not made fun of, but we loved his line judging. He was very, very official. This season, anything I needed on the back end, like I know y'all saw the other day, I needed help. The new stores thing we put in shelves, so he's over there building shelves for me. Last night, helping mop the floors, him and Joel, would go, late at night. So he puts in a lot of work that might not be seen. So I definitely want to thank Connor for that. And then I want to thank somebody who I absolutely have had the most fun and the privilege of being around this season. They have made every game day, this person's been there for every single game. That's not an exaggeration. This person's made it fun. This person has been there to hype everybody up. He is probably the #1 supporter of me, but every single one of you, and that's Jensen. But seriously, with that video, okay. Again, like I said, I have a ton of things I need to share on Instagram, so I'm going to ask Jensen before I share it, because I don't want to share about his permission. But at the cross-school game the other night, he was singing, like, I don't know if anybody knows, but they would play music in between the sets, and he was having his best life, and it was so much fun. But not even that, at the end of the middle school game, I never record, I'm always forgetting to do things, because I'm on my brain is always on the coaching side, never a parent side. And, that's always good. So if you go back and look at every single video that gets put up, Jensen is usually the first one to do the handshake and the high five at the end. Whether you won or you lost, he did not care. He was there, he's going to support you, he's going to make you feel like $1 million. Okay, so many of you know my story with volleyball. I know Patrick mentioned it briefly, but a lot of you don't. So in 2022, CHA decided to start a volleyball program. It was very direct style. We only played ourselves. Multiple games, we only played ourselves. We got the opportunity to play a private school, which is Trinity out of state. Statesboro. And the director at the time, Angela, and then took like more of the skilled players to play in those games, those two, one here, one. But as a program, our middle school and our high school teams actually did pretty well, given that we never really played outside of a rec style. And the season was, I thought it was a great first season. And then in 2023, I was asked to step in and coach high school. A lot of people know I was asked to coach high school, and I turned it down. Instead, I said I would like to coach middle school because, to be honest, I don't think you can really mess middle school up. Probably a lie now thinking about it, but you know, it's wildly inaccurate. But I really truly don't think you can mess middle school up. But that year was wild. It was my very first year of coaching. I spent hours, and by hours I'm talking about, I probably have over 200 hours of certification hours getting certified to be a coach. And I went on to work with college coaches to help me get stronger personally. I attended workshops, conferences, a lot of things on the backside. But I was all in. And then I didn't want to let the girls down because it is kind of scary. You know, you don't think you can mess them up, but you can. That season, middle school went 15-0. Now, we did go on to win the grand championship at Gatlinburg. That was also wild. It was just one of those seasons where you look back and you're like, how? Like, how did we get to the 15-0? How did we get there? With somebody who had no idea about I played golf in high school, y'all. I fluttered in that. Volleyball was not a thing. But let me tell you how, when I look back. Every single one of those girls on that middle school team in 2023 fought. And I can tell you what, they didn't let the ball hit the floor. Like, that was not an option. And I think that's kind of where we differ. We did not have the skills like most other teams did, but it was the drive that we had. That's what set the 2023 middle school team apart. And then half of them went on. So then in 2024, I took over the volleyball director and I coached last year middle school JV. That was actually a really fun year. I enjoyed both teams. Both sides worked really hard. I got to kind of be on the backside with Brad and Stephanie last year coaching varsity. And then when we started pushing the girls in all three teams to leave behind a basic volleyball mentality and to learn how to read the game. And then last year we got Gatlinburg. All of our teams did really well. I know, where is that? Okay, so 19 that Brad took them up there that year. They took runner up, and it was a very close, almost taking the championship on that. They did a really good job. Third, is that the same division? It's the same division? Okay. Well, they took third place in Division 3A. Wow, 14 years. And then JV actually made it to the top bracket. Top bracket is the top 18. They did really, really well that year. I was very, very proud of that team too. It was a lot of fun to kind of go up there and showcase kind of what we had to offer to the world of volleyball. And then now we've arrived in 2025, and I'm so excited about the growth of this program. I've made more connections in this last season, and then this current one, that this coming year is truly going to be amazing. What so many of you don't see, and Toby kind of hit on a little bit, is that volleyball coaching don't end tonight with me on Tuesday when we wrap up JV Varsity last game. I'll continue coaching. I'm going into the club season in the next couple of weeks. I coach over there as well. But I also spend a lot of time creating a brand and a legacy for Hurricanes volleyball. Again, I kind of touched up on that a little bit. So I just want to get our name out there, right? So my whole thing is to push the program, push us out there so other programs want to play us. And then to stay up to date in volleyball world, because if you don't know, this game changes every single year. The rules change every year. It's wild. Nothing ever really in volleyball stays the same. And then the strategy is evolving constantly. So the game is only going to get harder and harder, which I love, but I also love watching other teams play and cheer them on too. So if you don't know, like girls are starting volleyball at 5 because the competition has exploded. So for us moving forward, we're going to have to work on not only skill but the mental toughness and managing expectations. So that's where the 2026 year is going to be leading into. A little bit different. I'm pretty excited about that. So, after several years of building the foundation for Hurricanes volleyball and growing the program from the ground up, I am excited to share that I will be stepping in as the head coach of varsity for the 2026 year. I'm pretty sure that doesn't come as a surprise to anybody. But looking forward to what's ahead and to continue building the program and the girls volleyball program and making it even greater than it is already. So before we wrap up, Colleen wants to say a few words.
One of my favorite things to do is in front of everyone. If you know me, that's a little lie. So I just wanted to take a minute and say a few words to Stacy. And if I can read it without my glasses on, okay. Thank you for everything you've done over the past 3 years. It's been a privilege to serve as your assistant coach and to work alongside you. Watching the way you pour your heart, time, and energy into these girls, including my own daughter, has meant more than I can say. You've taught the girls so much more than volleyball. You've shown them teamwork, perseverance, and confidence. I've learned so much from you as a coach and as a friend, and I'm grateful for the memories and the laughter we shared along the way. Thank you for everything you do, for the team, my daughter, and for me. It's been such a blessing to coach by your side. Before I hand my phone to Toby, parents, thank you for volunteering your time. This season would not be possible without all. And I would also like to give a special thanks to Toby, Kristen, and Rachel. Our season was so much smoother because you played a huge part in it. Thank you so much for all you have done to help us out. We certainly feel the love.
All right, I think that wraps up the banquet for tonight. I just wanted to ask all of you, thank you for coming. And thank you for listening. Some of these awards weren't given to your children or grandchildren or family members, but we appreciate your time and be safe traveling home. And if you have a few minutes that you can stay and help us put some chairs up, tables up, anything like that, we would appreciate it. So, thanks, y'all.
The band's over there. The bench? Oh,